Fingers lace the fabric, faded colors worn so well. Each thread a story woven, every stitch a whispered spell. In the kitchen's heart, where sunbeams dance and play, I remember laughter echoing on a warm summer day. An apron hung on a hook, kissed by flower and time, wrapped in memories of meals that were pure and sublime. The garden's harvest gathered, tomatoes red and ripe. Her hands work magic, turning simple into life. With every chopped onion and every simmered pot, the taste of home ignites. It's all that I forgot. Oh, the memories wrapped in an apron so true. A tear dried on the counter as sunlight shines through. The table set for love, with stories we recall in that kitchen warmth. Oh, the heart holds it all.
My name is Diane Mettenbrink, and I'm the co-chairman of the Tea Party Committee. I used to be taller. I was 5 feet tall. Then I went to the doctor a couple of years ago, and they told me I was 4'11". And then last year I went, and they told me I was 4'10". I said, I'm not coming back. I don't want to be any shorter. We really appreciate the fact that you ladies wore aprons, brought aprons, or just came to hear about aprons. And I'm going to tell you, a few of you will relate to the story of my grandma's apron. It was an essential piece of clothing worn every day except on Sunday when she went to church. It served many purposes. When we visited the farm, she might use it to wipe your nose, wipe away a tear, or wipe your hands. She used it to carry potatoes, tomatoes, and green beans from the garden. She also used it to gather eggs from the hen house. It was great for bringing her pies or kolaches from the oven. It was a handy garment to carry her garden tools for planting her flowers. When Grandpa came in from plowing the fields, she was quick to wipe his brow with her apron. I think my grandma had many more aprons than dresses, which today's aprons are more for fashion than anything. I wonder if I were to wear my grandma's apron, would my cooking improve? Only time will tell. I will always cherish the memories of my grandma's apron. Now, did you bring it or wear it?
I just brought it.
You brought it. Awesome. Thank you, Janice.
Thank you.
Our next apron story is from Debbie Spalding. Will you stand, Debbie?
Over in the corner. Which one?
Well, we will start with purple gingham. Purple gingham apron with black embroidery, specifically cross-stitching. Contains a pocket available for a possible tissue or clothespins to hang laundry up outside on a clothesline. The apron was probably a gift to my mother in the 1940s or 50s when this style was popular.
Looks hardly used, actually. I did wash it because it was kind of stained, but I know my mom always had clothespins because we hung clothes on the clothesline. I still remember that, but I was born in the 50s, so I don't know if this is from the 40s or 50s. Probably just for her, maybe for her wedding. I don't know. She was married in 38, so.
Did you bring your other apron?
Yes, I did.
This apron, handmade, that can magically be transformed into a bonnet. Historically speaking, aprons and bonnets could be made of matching material, but not usually done as one article to change out back and forth. Hence, this apron with deep pockets was probably just a novelty item made in the 80s or 90s for my mother and then passed on to me. So an apron that makes into a bonnet. Has anybody ever heard of that? She's going to demonstrate. Debbie Spaulding is the sister of Harold Rosencotter, and I'm sure that some of you know Harold Rosencotter and Judy. Our next story comes from Lou Nelson. Lou, will you stand up, please?
You know, I forgot my apron.
Okay, will you stand up and we'll tell the story. Lou put her apron in her car so that she wouldn't forget it, and then somebody picked her up and she went with them and forgot to transfer the apron.
I did.
I'm glad I do the same thing.
I did, yeah. I put it in my car so I wouldn't forget it. It's been there for 2 weeks. And then Jan picked me up and I'm going, no. And I just ran out the door and I'm going, back in my mind I'm thinking, what do I need? What do I need? I guess, yeah. But it was my grandma that made that apron, yeah.
Her grandma, she said when I was little, my sisters and I would love to bake with my Grandma Katie. So Grandma Katie made us aprons. I've kept this tradition going in remembrance of my Grandma Katie. So we'll just have to use our imagination. Can you describe it to us?
It was yellow and it was like a full one and had pockets in it and you tied.
A
And
yellow
all four of
apron
us
with
girls
pockets.
had all different colors. My favorite color was yellow, and then we had red and blue and then purple.
Each
So-
of the granddaughters had a different color apron made by their grandma. Thank you, Lou Nelson.
I can put it on.
The next story comes from Nancy Starr. This apron is from Olympic skiers who did a cross-country tour to raise funds for the 1980 U.S. Olympic ski team, which was held in February 13th, 1980 in Lake Placid, New York. Nancy actually hosted 2 of the skiers and several of the participants signed her apron. Chamber of Commerce President Dick Good arranged for the ski-a-thon participants to stop in Grand Island. So Nancy is showing her Olympic apron.
Yes, that is really cute. Good memories.
We don't have any 2 stories alike. Laura Marvin has an apron embroidered by her mother and a second apron made by her sister.
Yeah, this one was my sister's. I didn't know she was going to put it in. It's just really special because it's my mother's embroidery. But this is the one, let me hold it up. I had my friend Cindy wear it here. This is my grandmother's. And it's kind of like the purple one they showed. And it has the cross stitch. Wow. And it looks like it's got appliques on because of the color difference, but it depends on which square that she did the cross stitch on. That's right.
And the one her sister made, she took her mother's embroidery and attached it to her mother's embroidery to the apron that her sister made.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't know she was going to put that in the story.
And then I came around a minute ago with some apron patterns. One of our ladies, Kathy Irick, brought some aprons. Kathy, will you stand up, please? Kathy brought about 6 apron patterns, and I walked around and showed everybody a couple of them. And if you'd like to see the other ones, they're on top of that glass case back there, and Kathy Irick brought those for everybody to look at. Thank you, Kathy. is from Lois Maven. Lois, will you stand up, please?
Sorry, like that. Yeah, these are.
Lois says, my sisters and I have been sorting through our mom's house recently since her passing at age 96. Olga Sluka was a member of the Goodwill Extension Club. We believe she skillfully crocheted these aprons for display at the Milligan Grasslands Day in the 50s or 60s. It was a yearly event that featured programs for ladies and men back then, extension clubs and agents, farming experts, and the local school participated. We have found many treasures in memory sorting through Mom's belongings. These aprons are certainly special to us.
They were never used. I'm thinking they maybe were for a baby shower, like if you were gonna serve lunch. And there's blue in your girl. Yeah.
Thank you. Our treasurer, who is usually busy in the kitchen washing dishes, that's her favorite place to be. Patty Hooker, wave Patty Hooker, or stand up. She made an apron out of a man's shirt, and it's on one of our mannequins. Is this it? This is made out of a man's shirt, and I thought I saw somebody else here with.
Yeah, there's three of them here.
Can you stand up, the other ones that have shirts, aprons made out of men's shirts? When I was walking around, I thought I
I'll mention why I made the apron.
Take this.
My brother-in-law passed away, and I make memory bears. Can you hear me now? My brother-in-law passed away, and I make memory bears and memory pillows. And then I seen where you could make a memory shirt, so I made my nephews and my niece and my nephew-in-law, I guess that's what you'd say, all shirts from my brother-in-law, so they'd have something for a memory. So that's what that is.
Does anybody know what warp and weft mean? Well, I was reading about these aprons and the making of aprons, and it talked about warp and weft, and I've sewn, I used to sew almost anything that went on my body. I sewed, blouses and pants, and I sewed underwear, and I made coats. I made matching coats for my daughter and I. And then at some point, I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore. But I hadn't heard of warp and weft, so I thought in case there's anybody else that hasn't heard of that, doesn't know what that is, I will tell you what it is. Warp and weft are the two fundamental components of woven fabric, with warp threads running lengthwise and weft threads running crosswise to create the textile structure. Warp refers to the set of yarns or threads that run lengthwise on a loom. These threads are held under tension and form the backbone of the fabric, providing strength, stability, and structure. Warp threads are generally smoother, finer, and tightly packed, which allows them to withstand tension during weaving and maintain the fabric's shape and durability. Weft, also called filling or woof, I thought that was something with a stereo, consists of threads that run horizontally, woven over and under the warp threads. The weft threads fill out the fabric, adding width, texture, and patterns. Unlike warp threads, weft threads are usually less strong and more varied, allowing for creative designs and flexibility in the fabric. We're going to have a parade of aprons. Just follow me. So we have 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 7, 8, and 9. Just follow in line. And then after they're up, we'll do 10, 11, 12. And we don't have a table 13, but we have a table 14. We're going to walk around. That way everybody can see your aprons. Keep a coming. When you get back to your table, you can be seated. Excuse me. We have one more story that Kathy Lynch's mother worked for Kathy Lashinsky. Her mother worked for Art and Dorothy Lynch at the Legion Club in St. Paul. And Kathy is wearing the apron that her mother wore when she worked at the Legion Club for Art and Dorothy Lynch. 1950. You can't be that old. Oh, no. She was that old.